Good, y'all? This your boy Black G92. About to give y'all a review of MGK's EP Binge, and has 9 tracks on there. Very short, brief, 24 minutes of music on there, and has quite a few producers on here, which include Blaze Double X and Slim Double X, Ronnie J, JP did this one, The Honorable C Note, and Nils and Hit Boy. And the features, which is not too many, is only from Pete Davidson from Saturday Night Live and 24 Hours. I'm not too familiar with this guy's music, but I'm guessing that's MGK's homeboy, whatever. I'm not sure, but I'm definitely gonna look into him. And like the EP starts off with the intro titled "Long Time Coming," and it's basically MGK. For those that may not be familiar with the acronym, stands for Machine Gun Kelly. He pretty much like does this auto-tune crooning and this like little EDM inspired type instrumental, basically singing about how it's a long time coming from as far as like coming from nothing to having a successful rap career, and then with all the problems that come with it as far as like drug addictions and things like that, and the demands of having to constantly be on the road, that sort of thing. And it's very telling though. It's very telling. It has this very melancholic vibe to it. Like it's like a celebration, but yet kind of has this hint that this may be my last time just singing this, whatever. And then leads into this track called Loco, which was released as a single before this EP was released back in July or maybe June. I'm not too sure about the exact release date of that song, but has a very up-tempo like type instrumental, and courtesy of Slim Double X and Blaze Double X. And MGK comes through with his signature rapid fire delivery and flow, pretty much complimenting the beat. And not really much thought is into this type of track. It's more of that whole braggadocious take your girl type record, and actually was like rocking with it. Before the EP was released, and to this day, it's still like one of my favorite tracks off this whole entire project, aside from the obvious one, which I'll get into later on. And next track, GTS, which stands for Going Through Shit, which is basically self-explanatory, as MGK pretty much saying how he's not picking up the phone or speaking to those that's close to him because he's going through shit. The track itself pretty much deals with like MGK asking to just like take all these drugs and like liquor just to numb like the stresses and pains that comes with things that happened in his past life, and also throughout the years as a famous rapper. And pretty much self-explanatory, as the hook says, I don't be picking up calls, I be going through shit. I don't talk at all, I be going through shit. And the beat is very similar in tempo, has similar punk rock / EDM trap-esque vibe that very first song, Long Time Coming, had. So 3 tracks in, we have a consistent theme and good idea what this EP is basically about. And the next track follows that is like the best diss record of this era, and one that's very popular that I'm sure by now everyone in their auntie done heard this track, Rap Devil, the diss track towards rap god himself, Eminem, which has been festering for like a good 6 years since MGK made a comment about Eminem's daughter, which was made in a very comedic light, but apparently Eminem felt some type of way about it and like kept him from appearing on Shade 45, amongst other things. We can't really confirm how true as far as everything else, as far as the blackball thing, but it is confirmed that MGK hasn't not appeared on Shade 45. And even though Eminem claims that that wasn't the case, and this came to him like recently through a Tech 9 track, but who really knows? Who really knows? But MGK's side of the story seems more believable. So, hey, but the track itself is a freaking banger. And Ronnie J supplies a banging ass instrumental. MGK like goes in on him, like just dropping reference after reference of classic Eminem songs, while at the same time just really just going in on him, like holds nothing back, lets me know he ain't coming to play around, and like also all the verses, which is 4 in total, is carried by a melodic hook, and it's very effective. Just in case like this song, which I'm positive, but I'm not too sure. They play this at any functions or parties, whatever. I haven't really been out for a minute, so I'm not sure if people play this song at parties. But the beat and the hook itself is would definitely have played in those settings. Those that may be into that type of music. And one of my favorite lines off there is like, "Needs the real Slim Shady can't stand up," and that was a pretty hot line amongst other lines, none but quotables. For those that have not heard the track itself, I do recommend you check it out. And as of now, the beef has fizzled out quickly. And this was after Eminem responded with Kill Shot, which in my opinion was a pretty solid response, but the beat was rather lackluster and lacked the whole hit. I mean, the potential of being that hit Rap Devil was, and which shows in pettiness when the song was uploaded on Apple Music. But they've removed the lines "Dad going crazy," that part like "Dad going crazy." They replaced it with that little scream and like "I'm not afraid." They replaced the afraid part with some echoes to the point you can't hear. It's like, come on now, we can't. How the fuck we supposed to hear the track without hearing all the words to the fucking song? Like, come on, Shady Records, come on, them. Like, y'all can't be this petty. And also, not to mention, Rap Devil's also responsible. What Eminem was saying about MGK off of his album Kamikaze, which released a week before Rap Devil was recorded, and music video for that song was shot. So it was pretty interesting. And not only that, also another reason I like this song so much is it took another white rapper to go at Eminem while all these other black rappers just have their tails tucked. They have the same skill sets and been in rap battles and beefs with other artists. Seems just scared to go at Eminem. I mean, I mean, he's such a superb lyricist, but come on now, I can't just have your tails between your legs. Just go. If you got issue, go at him. Like, for real. I never understood that. I never understood that throughout the years that all these black rappers are scared to go at him, but it took another white rapper from my generation to go at him. Like, but then again, I guess everyone's just riding the wave and trying to be all kumbaya when it comes to him. But anyway, like in conclusion, Rap Devil is like the best track off the EP, which is both a good and bad thing, which I'll explain why further on. Next track from 9 Long, which doesn't really sound like a full track. It sounds like something that MGK just slapped together and just like put it out there as it samples the very same hook from that diss record. Like, it showed kind of laziness on that part. It's like, really, you just pretty much sampled this very same hook from the previous song. I mean, it happens in hip hop, but other times it comes off as so obvious and shows a lack of what can I say? Lack of thought put into the song and lack of vision. I mean, and not really much to write home about on the track. It's alright, not much to it. And next track, Lately, which is another highlight of the track, as MGK touches on some very serious topics as far as what led him to like take all these drugs that he's taking now. He mentions how he been getting lit since he was 11, and being abandoned by his mother, which he also explains in his line, if it, you know what it does to you. And not necessarily an excuse, but gives some context as to why MGK the way he is now, like as far as why he feels the need to take all these drugs and such. And the hook kind of drives it home and puts in the whole context of like just all the stresses such going through that he himself has been going through lately, as far as like stress from the industry and also things that from his past is still haunting them, and which was also explained in the Breakfast Club interview we did in promotion for the EP, which we told Charlamagne like how the death of Mac Miller pretty much like spooked him in a sense, but still he hasn't really put the drugs down himself. So who knows? Let's all hope for the best. And the beat on there like pretty much follows like similar like aesthetic that was established from that very first song as well. Very up tempo, but yet that kind of a notch turned down, like a pitch like down, if you know what I mean. Highly recommend it. And Signs featuring the hook courtesy of 24 Hours. Another fairly decent track. And like MGK pretty much representing Cleveland as such, and pretty much an anthem type song. And like 24 Hours come through with a hook that's very reminiscent of Travis Scott, like on his most of his later releases. Since it's like done in auto tune, it's similar. Well, it's not that down. Well, it's not so right. Well, it's not so. But those that heard tracks where folks use auto tune, that little like rhythm that I just like kind of exemplified, you would definitely recognize it when you hear the track. And and that's pretty much the gist of the song. And following that is another like banger of a song. Get the Broom, and MGK goes off on this track. He just pretty much like talks about everything from witnessing his friend getting shot down by police and giving the finger to the cops and having to pay millions for an assault, and pretty much being brought up by wolves, hence people from the streets, for those that may not be familiar with that metaphor. And like folks twisted fingers, like, and not necessarily mean sign language. Pretty much another song representing his hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. And it's definitely a banger. Perfect for the whip. Got the good amount of bass and 808s for the pump and the whip. And for those speakers, whether you got Beast Pill or whatever speakers that have good bass or like and surround sound, this is the perfect song for you. Perfect for a wild night out, which is pretty much the whole purpose of this whole EP, which is rounded up by the track Live Fast, Die Young, which pretty much hits home that he's going to continue being this rock star in the industry and such, and doesn't plan on slowing down anytime soon. Hence the title Live Fast, Die Young. And all that comes with it as far as like wild parties and such. Which is a fitting end to the EP, as like the very end of the track, the tempo switches from this heavy EDM, punk rock, trap mixture into the same instrumental a long time coming. I don't know if it's the exact same hook. It does definitely sound like the very exact same hook. It wouldn't surprise me. And rounds pretty much connects with the intro track, Long Time Coming, which pretty much rounds out the EP. Like I said, 24 minutes of like high tempo, high energy type tracks. And EP itself isn't terrible like everyone else is saying online, because I went on Hot New Hip Hop when it was released, and it was like pretty much mainly Eminem stands like shitting on it, which I don't take their word for shit anyway. I mean, and at the same time, like EP isn't one of MGK's strongest projects, as evident from his fan base, who also said similar not necessarily similar sentiments, but pretty much expressed disappointment, because aside from Rap Devil and Lately, which are like, and a few lines from Get the Broom, which I personally feel are like the strongest songs lyric on the EP, the rest of it is pretty much like put together and rushed out as far as release and execution, as far as the lyricism and cohesiveness, to capitalize off the hype of the MGK and Eminem beef, which definitely overshadowed the music, in my opinion. And because there's definitely, I mean, the production is definitely shines on here, and because it had that weird mixture of all these three different genres, and make it for a banging ass playlist for those that are looking for something to get lit to while they getting their drink, they smoke on, pop a pill, snort a line, like whatever it is that they do to get their mind right for the night, whether it's on a Friday, even hell, Wednesday or Thursday night. For those those that really party like a rock star throughout the weekend, who like to start their weekend this early. So this is definitely EP for y'all, as hence the title Binge. Overall, the rating I give this EP is a 3 stars out of 5. Fairly decent and perfect for the occasion, like I just mentioned before. And shout out to MGK and Bad Boy Records. This is Black G 92. I'll be back with another review. All right, peace.